Hello, this video is about the Indian drama which was written in English. In this video, we will discuss about the main Indian dramatist who wrote in English their important works. So let's start. The Indian English drama began in 18th century when British Empire came in India. It started with the publication of Krishna Mohan Banerjee's work The Persecuted in 1813. The Persecuted is a social play in which the authors try to present the conflict between the East and the West. East-West means India and the Western world. Real development of Indian English drama is started with the publication of Madhusudhan Dutt's work in this called Civilization in 1871. Harindranath Chattopadhyay, his play can be divided into four categories: social, devotional, historical, and miscellaneous. Some plays of Chattopadhyay was five plays in 1937: The Windows, The Parrot, The Sentry, Cantrine, The Coffin, The Evening Lamp. So first important Indian dramatist was Hirish Karnad. The lifespan of Hirish Karnad was 1938 to 2019. He was an Indian actor, film director, Kannada writer. He translated his work into English. Yayati, his work published in 1961, which was based on the story of King Yayati, one of the ancestors of Pandavas, who was cursed into premature old age by his preceptor Shukracharya. So, this is the short, brief summary of the Yayati. Mahesh Dantani was born in 1958. He wrote many plays like Final Solution, Dance Like a Man, Bravely Fought the Queen, On a Muggy Night in Mumbai, Tara, 30 Days in September, The Big Fat City, The Murder That Never Happened, That Never Was. In 1986, he wrote a play Where There Is Will, and these are the list of Mahesh Dadanti with their published year. Where There Is Will, published in 1988, Dance Like a Man in 1989, Bravely Fought the Queen 1991, Final Solution 1993, Do the Needful, On a Muggy Night in Mumbai 1988, Seven Circle Round a Fire 1998, The Murder That Never Was 2000, 30 Days in September 2001, The Girl Who Touched the Star 2007, Brief Candle 2009, Where Did I Leave My Parda 2012, The Big Fat City 2012. Next, Abhishek Majumdar. He was an Indian playwright and theatre director. He also wrote many plays like The Dignities of Idgah, Pahla, Gurleston High Street, An Arrangement of Shoes, Afterlife of Birds, Rizwan and Ghasha. Vijay Tendulkar lifespan was 1920 to 2008. He was an Indian playwright, movie, television writer, literary essayist, political journalist. His best known plays were Shantatal Court, Chalu Ahe, 1967, Grahashiram Kotwal, 1972, Shakaram Bindre, 1972. His plays derived from real-life incident and social upheavals. Michael Madhusudhan Dutt, very important Indian dramatist. The lifespan of Michael was 1824 to 1873. He was Bengali poet, writer and dramatist, pioneer in Bengali drama. His famous work, Maghnad Bagd Kavya, is a tragic epic. It consists of 9 cantos. Cantos mean paragraphs. Wrote poems about sorrows and affliction of love as spoken by women. The Captive Lady, work published in 1849. The Fakir of Jagira is a long narrative poem. The Anglo-Saxon and Hindu was an essay in 1854. Mulk Raj Anand was also a very important Indian dramatist who was born in 1905 and died in 2004. He depicts the life of the poor caste. The main theme of his work was the untouchability, the caste system, etc. His novels was Untouchable like 1935, Sikuli 1936, Two Leaves and a Bud 1937. He incorporated Punjabi and Bengali items into English in Untouchable. So very important work. Untouchable is very famous because in this work some Punjabi and Bengali items is constituted. Composed of Indian, the brief summary or the main important points of this work is this work Untouchable, expose of Indian untouchable caste. The novel follows a single day in the life of Baka. Baka is the protagonist of the novel, a toilet cleaner who accidentally bumps into a member of higher caste, triggering a series of humiliation. The novel acclaimed him and known as Indian Charles Dickens. मतलब इस नॉवल के बाद ही he was acclaimed as the Indian Charles Dickens. Some more novels of Mulk Raj Anand was The Village 1939, Across the Black Waters 1939, The Sword and the Sickle 1942, all written in England. Coolie 1936, The Private Life of an Indian Priest 1953, most important work written in India. In 1950, he began writing Seven Ages of Man, 7-part autobiography. He was able to complete 4-part only in 1951. It means Seven Ages of Man is an autobiographical element, and it constituted in 7 parts, but only 4 part was completed. Most important novel was Coolie 1936. The book is highly critical of British rule in India and India's caste system. The plot revolves around a 14-year-old boy, Muno, and his plight due to poverty and exploitation aided by the social and political structures in place. He tries to break the traditional way of life. So, Coolie, the theme of this work is mainly the plight, the untouchability, the humiliation faced by the poor pupil. Next I have Two Leaves and a Bird in 1937. This also deals with the topic of oppression of the poor and is about a peasant who tries to protect his daughter from British soldier. The story is based in the tree plantation of Assam. So this story has some historical background. That story is based on tree plantation of Assam and is about a peasant who wants to save her daughter from the British soldiers. The Village, which was published in 1939, the novel revolves around Lal Singh, a peasant in the Punjab. His anti is going against social norms while in the village. His subsequent enrollment in the army and his troubles in the army culminating in his return to the village. It means Lal Singh appointed in the army, in the social army, but after seeing the fears, after seeing the destructions in the army, he wants to return into the village. Across the Black Waters 1939, it describes the experience of Lalu, a sepoy in the Indian army fighting on behalf of Britain against the Germans in France. During World War I, he is portrayed by the author as an innocent peasant whose poor family was evacuated from their land. So this story is about a peasant whose name was Lalu and he fought on the behalf of Britain against the Germans, and the story tells about the humiliation, the fears, the destructions and the thought which caused him. The Sword and the Sickle in 1942, it is also deal with the topic of the social and political structures, the rise of communism. The title is given by George Orwell. The book was the final part of the trilogy that included The Village and Across the Black Waters. It means The Village and Across the Black Waters constituted 3 stories, and one story in this work was The Sword and the Sickle, and the title of this work was given by the George Orwell. The Big Hut in 1945. The theme of this work is the conflict between hereditary coppersmith and Capitalist. It is a novel about a village of artisan in Amritsar district in the early 1940s whose livelihood is destroyed by the establishment of factory producing copper utensils. It means it tells us about the side effects of the industrialization. The Private Life of an Indian Prince in 1953. Books deal with the abolition of the princely state system in India. Means British system abolished the princely state of India. So stories deals about this theme. The Road in 1961, main character Bhikkhu bears many similarities to the character Baka in Anand's early novel Untouchable. It means the protagonist of The Road was Bhikkhu and he faced the similar circumstances, the similar humiliations which was faced by the Baka in Mulkraj Anand's novel Untouchable. The Lost Child in 1935, Seven Summers, a memoir, 1951, An Old Widow and the Cow, 1963 was also the important work of Mulkraj Anand. Then Conversation in Bloomsbury, 1981, a memoir depicts his life in London during the heyday of the Bloomsbury Group and his relationship with group members. It means Bloomsbury Group is the group of the literary circles, the pupils of literary field, and it is like a memoir, the memory which depict the life of Mulkraj Anand in London. Some autobiographies like Seven Summers, Conversation in Bloomsbury, Morning Face, and Pipali Sahab. These works are the autobiographies. Raja Roy, lifespan of Raja Roy was 1908 to 2006. His work The Serpent and the Rope in 1960 is semi-autobiographical novel recounting a search for spiritual truth in Europe and India. So this work is basically the spiritual truth, searching of spiritual truth. Kanthapura in 1938, it is a story of Murthy who followed Gandhi's path and faced violence from police and villagers. The Serpent and the Rope in 1960, autobiographical style, it is autobiography. The novel deals with the concept of existence, reality and fulfillment of one's capabilities. The plot of this story is Ramaswamy is a kind young man and married Madeline while studying in France. Ramaswamy married Madeline. Their relations is not so good. He returned to India. He has a stepmother who has served his father till his death. He calls her as Little Mother. During his trip to France, he meets Savitri, a Cambridge student. She is engaged to one of his friends. She confessed to him that she is not in love with the man. Ramaswamy loves Savitri. He divorced Madeline and has lung surgery. He realized that the answer he has been seeking lies in the journey to seek out his Guru, and that all of the trials and tribulation of his life have led him to this realization. It means that basically the story is about the Ramaswamy who married Madeline, and Ramaswamy's mother was dead when he was infancy or when he was very small. But he has his father married another woman, and his stepmother was very and his stepmother is very good, and he liked her stepmother, his stepmother. But once in a journey, once in a trip, he meets Savitri and falls in love with her and divorced Madeline. But Ramaswamy is in the search of the spiritual truth. He wants to find out the spirituality, and by doing this, for divorcing the Madeline and marrying the Savitri, so many confusion, so many tension, depression caused him, and he is not in the peace. So after at the end of the novel हम ये देखते हैं कि उसके जो गुरु हैं, उसके गुरु जो बताते हैं उसे कि पीस किस तरीके से मिल सकती है, उसको उस तरीके से पीस नहीं मिलती है, और उसे पता चलता है कि स्पिरिचुअल पाथ बिल्कुल ही अलग है. इस तरीके से नॉवल है. सम नॉवल्स कंथापुरा 1938, द सर्पेंट एंड द रोप 1960, द कैट एंड शेक्सपियर, ए टेल ऑफ इंडिया 1975, कॉम्रेड कैरीलो 1976, द चेस मास्टर एंड हिज मूव 1938. Some short stories collection, The Cow of the Barricades, 1946, The Policeman and the Rose. In 1978, On the Ganga Ghat. 1986, some non-fiction works. Changing India, an anthology. 1938, Tomorrow. 1943 to 44, Weather India. 1948, The Meaning of Indian Essay. 1996, The Great Indian Way, A Life of Mahatma Gandhi. 1998. Very important Indian dramatist was Salman Rushdie, who was born in 1948. He was an Indian novelist, essayist, his work combining magical realism and historical fiction. His work set in Indian continent only. His second novel was Midnight Children, 1981, Best Novels of All Winners, won Booker Prize in 1981. His fourth novel was Satanic Verse, was the subject of major controversy, provoking protest from Muslims in served countries, death and war against him. So this is very controversial work of Salman Rushdie. In 2012, Joseph Anton, a memoir, an account of his life in the wake of the controversy over the Satanic Version. So, in this work, he explained the controversy he faced, the fear, the humiliation he faced for his work, The Satanic Verses. His first novel was Grimace in 1975, a part science fiction tale है ये, was ignored by public and literary critic. His second novel, Midnight Children, in 1981. Third novel was Shame in 1983, in which he depicts the political turmoil in Pakistan, basing his character on Zulfikar Ali Bhutto and General Muhammad Ali Jinnah. He wrote a non-fiction book about Nicaragua in 1987 called The Jaguar Smile. The book has a political focus and is based on his first-hand experience and research at the scene of Sandinista political experiments. This book is basically on the political controversies, has political focus. Next work is Haroun and the Sea of Stories in 1990, is written after the Satanic Version. Written in the shadow of the Fatwa, it is about the danger of storytelling and an allergical defense of the power of stories over silence. It means in this work, उन्होंने यह बताया कि जो power of stories है is more powerful than the silence and some dangers of storytelling. It means when any person or a person tell truth, then he face so many fears, so many controversies. So this issue is discussed in this work. The More Last Sigh. He published many short stories like East West 1994, The More Last Sigh, The Ground Beneath Her Feet 1999 is a remaking of the myth of Orpheus that present an alternative history of modern rock music. Orpheus is the later ancient musician. 2005 novel Shalimar the Clown, a story about love and betrayal set in Kashmir and Los Angeles. Then The Enchantress of Florence, published in 2008, one of his most challenging work. It tells the story of Europeans' visit to Akbar courts. His novel Luca in the Fire of Life was a sequence of the Haroun and the Sea of Story, which was a political novel or political force. It discussed about the political forces during the British India, which was published in 2010. In 2012, he became one of the first major authors to Amran's book track after he published his short story. In the South, 2050, he published 2 years, 8 months and 28 nights. 2017, he published The Gold House, a satirical novel set in America. 2019, Q Choti is his 14th novel. So now, let's discuss about some brief summary of the important work of the Salman Rushdie. First novel is Christmas, 1975, a fantasy and science fiction. It is a fine science fiction. The story is of Flapping Eagle, a young Indian who received the gift of immortality after drinking a magic fluid. After drinking it, Eagle wandered the earth for 777 years, 7 months and 7 days searching for his immortal sister and exploring identities before falling through a hole in the Mediterranean Sea. So, story is about the flapping eagle who drank some immortal drink and flew so many years in the search of his sisters, but at the end he falls through a hole in the Mediterranean Sea. Midnight Children, very most important work of Salman Rushdie, was published in 1981. This work deals with India's transition from British colonization to independence and the partition of India. इंडिया जब फ्री हो गई थी उससे रिलेटेड है. स्टोरी इज टोल्ड अबाउट प्रोटागोनिस्ट सलमान सिनाई. Salman Sinai, born at the exact moment when India became independent country, he was born with telepathic powers and dripping nose with an extremely sensitive sense of smell. It means the protagonist of this work is Salman Sini, which was born at the time when India was independent, when India got independence. Novel divided into 3 books. Salman later discovered that all children born between 12 to 1 p.m. a.m. on that date was embedded with special powers. And Salman Sinai has some special powers, and later he discovered that the children who was born between 12 to 1 p.m. have some special powers. Then Salman, using his power, assembled a midnight children's conference reflecting of the issue India faced. Midnight children means the children who born between 12 to 1 a.m. and these children have some special powers. So Salman assembles those children on the issue of India, or on the issue discussion of issues which India has faced. Shiva and Parvati are 2 midnight children of this story. Selim's family began a number of migration and endured the numerous war. During this time, he also suffered amnesia until he entered a quasi-mythological exile in the jungle of Sundarban. Then Salmin, involved with the Indira Gandhi proclaimed emergency, and her son Sanjay's cleansing the emergency single the end of the potency of the midnight children. इसमें 3 भागों में बटा हुआ है. पहला सलमान के बारे में बताया गया कि वह ही वॉज बोर्न एट द टाइम व्हेन इंडिया गॉट इंडिपेंडेंस. सेकंड, वह उन लोग बच्चों को असेंबल करता है. असेंबल दोज चिल्ड्रन हु वॉज बोर्न बिटवीन द टाइम ऑफ 12 to 1 a.m. because these children have some special powers. And the third part, the third part, the author discuss about the emergencies employed by the Indira Gandhi. Then next work was Shame in 1983. The genre of this work magic realism. The story takes place in a town named Q. In Q, one of 3 sisters gave birth to Omar Khayyam Shakil. It means there are 3 sisters, and one of these sisters gave birth to Omar, but not reliving by anybody who is his father. His father is unknown. While growing up, Omar lives in Parda with his 3 mothers and dreamed to join the world. It means Omar was always living in Parda. He is not allowed to go outside for playing and for doing other activities. So he wanted to join the world. So as a birthday present, Omar's mother allowed him to leave Q and enroll in a school and become a doctor. So it is the brief summary or story of the Shame. The Satanic Verses in 1988. A plot is based around Girbal and Saladin Chamcha. The story is half realistic and half dream sequence. The Moor Last Sigh is the 5th novel of the Salman Rushdie in 1995. It traced the 4th generation of the narrator's family. More physical body, age twice fast as the normal person does, and also have a deformed hand. He has mother named Aurora, 3 sisters Ina, Mini and Mainab, and a sculptor named Uma, his lover. So it is most important point which we should remember is Moor, because he has some physical disease that he grow twice as his ages grows twice as a normal person. The Ground Beneath Her Feet is the 6th novel in 1999. Novel is about 2 persons, Ormuz Kama and Rai Merchant, who loved the same woman, Veena. Apsara. For his seventh novel in 2001, Malik Sholanka, a Cambridge-educated millionaire from Bombay, is looking from an escape from himself. Then Shalimar the Clown in 2005. The story is about the Maximilian Ophulus Shalimar and Bioni. Shalimar was a boy who lived in Kashmir and he loves Bioni, but Bioni doesn't want to live with Shalimar or in the village, so Maximilian and Bioni's marriage was fixed, and in the revenge, Shalimar killed the Maximilian and Bioni, and at the last, Shalimar joined the jihad.